unique among militaries. We do not take an oath to a king or queen, a tyrant or a dictator. We do not take an oath to an individual. No, we do not take an oath to a country, a tribe, or a religion. We take an oath to the Constitution.
Hi again, everyone. It's 5 o'clock in the East. Remarkable statements like that one from last month becoming more salient by the day. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, having to distance himself and the U.S. military from its own commander-in-chief, one who is growing more and more desperate to cling to power. And with just 30 days until Joe Biden's inauguration day, is weighing any possible avenue to invalidate President-elect Biden's decisive win. From the Washington Post, quote, President Trump has intensified efforts to overturn the election, raising a series of radical measures in recent days, including military intervention, seizing voting machines, and a 13th-hour appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. Trump discussed these ideas at a meeting in the Oval Office on Friday, and the attendees read like a who's who of conspiracy theorists and Trump sycophants. More from the Post, quote, Trump met with his lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, and disgraced former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Among others, Flynn had suggested on Newsmax that Trump could authorize the military to rerun the election. The next day, Flynn was in the Oval Office to discuss the idea. Flynn's attorney, Sidney Powell, who has promoted outlandishly false claims about this year's election, including a disproved allegation the Venezuelan communists programmed U.S. voting machines to flip votes for Joe Biden, was also at the meeting. While officials told the Washington Post that Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and White House counsel Pat Cipollone pushed back strenuously on the idea of martial law, and there have been no efforts inside the White House to actually deploy the military, the United States Army felt it was necessary to get on the record anyway, saying this, quote, there is no role for the U.S. military in determining the outcome of an American election. That's from Secretary of the Army Ryan McCarthy and its top officer, General James C. McConville. They said that in that extraordinary public statement. But the president didn't stop at martial law. NBC News confirmed that during the Friday meeting, Trump also discussed tapping Powell, who, as we said, was fired from his legal team just a few weeks ago for being too crazy, as a special counsel to investigate voter fraud in the election. Powell was spotted back at the White House yesterday, although she reportedly did not meet with Trump, and she was there again today. As Maggie Haberman of the New York Times notes, you can't just walk into the White House. You have to be cleared to come in. It's an interesting point, as more reporting this weekend revealed a growing sense of alarm among those in the administration. Jonathan Swan of Axios said he could not recall hearing more intense concern over the president considering what senior officials described as, quote, blatant abuses of power. Swan adds, quote, what is different is these are not the never-Trumper types. These are people who have fully thrown their lot in with Trump, but are legitimately worried about his receptivity to Flynn and Powell's ideas and conspiracy theories. 1 month seems like an eternity in this context. White House officials alarmed and the military having to publicly announce it won't take part in a coup